Okay, so that's the Bucs in the news. Also, unfortunately, in the news once again, who's been in the news a lot this offseason. A lot for good things for Ezekiel Elliott. He's done a lot of really good things. He had a youth football camp last week. Also, I don't know if we talked
paid
about
for a funeral, right?
Of a St. Louis high school football prospect as well. So Ezekiel Elliott has done a lot of really good things this offseason. Unfortunately, video surfaced on a Monday of Ezekiel Elliott involved in an altercation at a concert in Las Vegas. Video of him being placed in handcuffs. Although the Cowboys COO, Stephen Jones, says he was not arrested, although when you're in handcuffs, you actually are arrested.
Are you technically arrested at that point?
You're not charged. You're not necessarily charged.
But you're arrested.
You're not free to go about your day.
You're right.
With handcuffs on, you need those removed. So, but we saw that video of Ezekiel Elliott, and what do you make of that? What an interesting offseason.
All right. Well, let me ask you first of all. I mean, what did you make of it? Like, what did you think of it? Just looking back at it, real quick.
So, from talking to you, and other people, you talked about players, and you go out sometimes, and you are the spotlight of fans. Sometimes if you're at a bar, at a concert, sometimes intoxicated fans who are giving you the business.
Sure.
And there is a line between sticking up for yourself and your friends and going across that line and doing something that may be seen as being too confrontational.
Yeah.
I sympathize with people who are in the public spotlight who are trying to, go to a concert, or be out in the public, live their life, right? Because you don't know the circumstances around what happened there. You don't know exactly what went back and what was said to him, so I just, there's not enough information for me to make a judgment.
Yeah, okay. All right. I mean, again, this is not, excuse me, it's not the most egregious things I've seen in the world. I think it doesn't, I don't look at it and go, oh, gosh, this video on TMZ, and I think people need to look at the link of this video. We're not going to post it up here on the website, so you're going to have to go find it somehow, some way. But I encourage people to go look at it. Yes, he gets in the face of one of the security guards. He kind of bullies him, kind of smushes him, pushes him back. The guy kind of loses his balance, and he kind of gives him a nudge to make sure he falls over. So, yes, not a great look for him, but I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, my gosh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. Where I think it's bad for him, first of all, he's already got a little bit of a reputation, deservedly so or not, just because of some of the 6-game suspension from 2 years ago. And I don't know if that was necessarily just, but the reputation's there. 2, you could argue he's the face of the franchise for the Dallas Cowboys. 3, he's looking for a big-time money new contract, and he should be, because 2 out of the last 3 years he's led the NFL in rushing, and he takes a beating as far as the way he plays the game. He should be asking for money. But, situations like this are not going to make the Cowboys feel warm and cozy about giving you long-term money. Now, they're going to eventually, and I know Ezekiel Elliott is loved by the Dallas Cowboys and loved by just about everybody that's ever played with him or coached him. He's got an amazing way about him, apparently. But what I want to say to everybody out there is go watch that video, and I just want to go to Ezekiel Elliott. What are you doing, man? You're walking around Las Vegas and I don't know, a concert park where there's not really that many people walking around. You're Ezekiel Elliott. You're wearing a bright yellow Lakers jersey. And it just doesn't look right that you're walking around and this issue having to deal with this. I don't know what happened with his girlfriend, but obviously there was a confrontation there. And it's just little things that he's got to watch out for. Because it's just little things like this that can snowball into something way worse the next time, to where maybe the next time the security offer's a little bigger and he decides to stand up and maybe he nudges back. And now Ezekiel throws a punch. And all of a sudden we go, oh, my gosh, a brawl broke out. And, he broke his wrist or his arm. So that's where I just go, it just shows lack of maturity here. And that's where I'd like to see him improve.
Right. And for me, I'm just sympathetic to the fact, and you're right, and those are all valid points, of course. I'm sympathetic to the fact that we live in this day and age where a lot of things are out there, a lot of things are recorded more than they used to be. And we like to define people by the worst moments in their life a lot of times. And we like to say, oh, let's take this guy and throw him in the discard bin for this one thing that happened 2 years ago, and we don't have to worry about him anymore. He's a bad guy, and we all know it because of this one thing that happened that one time. And so I'm sympathetic to that
you should be. Good for you.
We live in this. We live in a time where it's just like we take the worst moments of people's lives and try to define them by that.
Yes.
And so a mistake, right? Rethink what you're doing, Zeke. You don't put yourself in those situations, but I also don't want to define him by some of the worst moments in his life.
Yeah, no, and exactly right. And again, I don't think this is egregious enough to let this define him, but just something I want to say to him, just be careful with, because it could very easily ruin the rest of your life.
Make smarter decisions.
Right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.